What's up, everyone? 99 Vids back again here with another live stream on the channel. And today I've got Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. We were just talking about the other day on the Back to Drive, not the Back to Drive, but the other game that we were playing. We were talking about this situation with the finances and everything. And I've decided I'd bring back the game. I played it on release in 2024. And we didn't stream it in 2025 on my second channel or anything. Didn't make any content after that. A little bit of content in the beginning of 2025, and then that was the end. So I discussed all that and what I think, about the game. Nacon, they say they're going to go ahead and move forward and just stay the course with the releases that they have planned. I still think the game needs an offline mode. I think it would really help. It would be nice to have an offline mode with a co-op. But we're going to see what happens. We're going to remain positive. We're going to see and give Nacon a chance to turn this around. See how it goes. So let's see how it works. Season 6 is supposed to bring network improvements. That's what I'm really looking forward to. If I can play the game and find people in my session, right, doing races and running around the map, that would be a big improvement. Frames, as you can see, they are what they are. We're looking for some more improvements. So yeah, we're gonna do this weekly live event. As you can see, the live event is right here. We got to get 100 points. Got to get this NNHTT Performance Carbon Spoiler. It's not going to work if you haven't been paying attention. It's not going to work. Just like the last week, we had a live event, and there was a spoiler that had come out that was supposed to be for that Dodge Hellcat, and you can't attach it. You can win it, and then it's not going to be available until season 6. So if we get any more live events for the rest of this month and they're spoilers, it's most likely going to be the same scenario. So I would just keep that in mind. I don't think it's really an issue that they're not doing QA. I think they already know the problem exists, and it's just something that's not going to be remedied until season 6. They don't do hot fixes on this game and just everyday patching the game and stuff like that. That's not how they work. They just seem to keep everything in these season patches. So yeah, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and do the live event for the week. We bought that car. We'll sell it back. I'm not going to keep it. It's not one of the cars I usually keep. And we're just going to go ahead and sell it back once we complete the live event. We're going to run it stock. Not going to do any updates to it. And that will be that. Frames for my system right now, as you can see, they're where they're at 50. It fluctuates. It fluctuates. I've had much higher frames in the past, but performance just varies. So what I'm going to say to all of you that are watching me here on the channel stream this game, decide what you're going to do. Make your own decision if you want to purchase the game. If you want to wait and see if this game arrives at the point that you would like to see it at, then that will probably be the best decision. That's what I would recommend. Really, I would really recommend people to wait until this game is where you want to see it. When you see people saying, hey, it's running really smooth and network is great and I'm playing with other people in my session, that might be where you want to get involved. You might not want to jump in now if you haven't jumped in already. Now, there's a lot of people like myself that already have the game and put a lot of hours into it, and we've been going along waiting and seeing how Nacon can bring this game back and get it to where people want to see it. So I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to stick with it, and I'll keep making content. I'll make content on the live events. I'll make content when there's the season updates, of course. So we'll do that, and we'll go as long as we can with it. I'm hoping for the best for the game. I don't want to see it go, because I used to love this game, TDU 1 and TDU 2. So I'd really like to see this game succeed. This is what we're gonna check out, these live events where we're running. That one you can update or you can upgrade the car. We're not gonna do it. We're gonna run a stock one first. There's a couple of these events here. Okay, we'll go ahead and that's any Grand Tourer car for that one, and it has to be stock. All right, let's go try that one. Got to get our 100 points somehow. And right now, I'm not playing the game on wheel. Unfortunately, I don't have a wheel right now. I got rid of the old wheel I had. I had the, the Logitech G920. And got rid of that wheel. So I'm looking to get a different one of the direct drives. So we'll be doing that soon. I want to have a wheel for American Truck and some other games. My Summer Car and My Winter Car and all that. So I'll definitely get another one.
You have arrived.
All right, here's our event. We're gonna tackle first. BMW anniversary. We're running stock as required. Stock races can be pretty tough with the AI in this game. You got to do them just right. AI still had that thing where they'll catch you out of nowhere and you're way ahead. There's always a particular part of the track where they seem to come out of nowhere, even if you had a big lead. And if you don't pull this off right on these stock races, you end up in last place. You got to have it just right. Everything's got to be perfect. On the level I'm on the hardest level, I think. Yep. 8th place on that one. Usually takes a few races to get used to this, you know, each course. Let's see, maybe we'll put some music in the back here. What do I have? Play some of that. Okay. Attempt number 2. Get no breaks with this AI, man. You gotta be on it or you lose. Make one error, one little turn and it's over. It was much better on wheel when I had it. Really prefer the wheel more, you know, than the controller, obviously, but it is what it is. Got to play on the controller for now. For the longest time, the game had issues. It was dropping frames really bad with my old wheel, with the Logitech that I was using before. They seemingly fixed it, but I already had gotten rid of the wheel. I'm gonna restart this one. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with this takeoff here. I gotta see. Let me try the internal camera better. Or the one with no dash on it. That's usually pretty good for some of these races. The bumper can. You gotta drive like a menace to win these a lot of times. You gotta smash into these people and everything else. Nope, thing just doesn't have any grip. They act like, they drive like they run in slicks. They don't even slide off the road. Your car, you just fly right off the road, man. No grip. Not gonna work. You can't be behind them in the beginning, or you won't win. Got to get ahead of them. Those cars are acting like they're not even stock. Starts you off in last every time too. So you gotta come from behind. Look at that. You can't even initiate a slide without completely losing control. Sucks. Get in there. Go, go, go. One little mistake, man, they're gone. Quick race, so if you want to get your points quickly, if you can get it in first place every time, this one will be pretty quick. Come on. Stay back there. Screw this race. Car don't handle good at all. $50. Ineligible for that one. Not buying any other cars for it. We can run this one. See how this one goes. Always one that's going to catch you in this game. Got to fight with them. staying right with me back there. Ah, I messed up there. Damn it. Lost sight of where I was going. But you can get the points on that one right there too. We'll go for it again here. One thing they did improve though is I'm using this little controller. Before, if you were to press keyboard commands or anything like that, the car would lock up. Now you can use multiple controllers at the same time. So that's an improvement. Used to have an issue with that. Believe it or not, when they repaired the situation I was having with my Logitech wheel, my wheel broke. The pedals were the wiring and all that crap. Something was wrong with them. So I just said, you know what, I'm just gonna get rid of it, and I'm gonna go ahead and get the new one that I actually want. One of those new Logitech direct drives. That's what we'll be getting. Can't get the frames much better than what they're doing. And you know, the launch, after they started doing a few updates to the launch back in 2024, I used to get a lot higher frames. Low settings, I used to be able to maintain 80s and 90s and stuff like that. But like I say, the performance has fluctuated. Still running this 3070 Ti. Damn it, I messed this up again. Go, 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 go. All right, we got it that time. The one thing I'm curious about with Nacon, what are they going to do when they put these houses in and all that? Are they going to write a story in to make sense as to why we're max level and all we've been doing is racing? And the little bit of story they had in the game kind of just fizzled away and there's nothing left after you beat all your clan leaders and all that. Like, are they going to make this make sense and continue it? We'll run one more of these and then we'll go check out, see what else there is that we can do. Maybe there's one on Ibiza, I don't know. I haven't even checked yet. But this one seems to be a good one here to get your points. This little lap race. Damn it. Come on. Come on, we can catch him. Oh, went too far. He's got it. Oh wait, another lap. Oh, we can pull this one off. Not with that, damn it. That was committing mistakes now. Now it's gonna be hard. Can't make that many mistakes with this AI. Not very forgiving. The game right now is on sale, man, for $14.99. It just, you know, if you were holding off on buying it on release, pretty damn good price right now. But, you know, some people still don't want to buy it because there's no offline, and I totally understand it. I wish the game had it already. I wish they would do it. Wish they'd prioritize it, but I don't know. I think they're going to maintain their course that they're on, and just, you know, they're counting on what they're going to put out, you know, making the players happy. So the fan base. Got it this time. Boom. Live event, man. We're supposed to have other people in here, you know what I mean? That's the whole point. To be people joining the event. But if you look, currently, let me see. Where's that little section at that tells you? Forgot how you do that on the map.
You have arrived.
Same thing there. What is the one that tells you? Oh yeah, this one here. Nobody's on. If Alex is on, he's in a different region, so he's region locked. I can't play on the same server he's on, but there's nobody in my area on. Ghost used to have the game. Ghost might pick it up again. Ghost returned the game in 2024, but now that it's cheap, maybe Ghost should pick it up again. We'll see. She doesn't have a lot of time, but this would be a game that she'd like to play. So we'll see. All right, I think have we seen everything that there is? This one we're ineligible for. I don't want to buy any more cars. Temporary. There's so many things, so many little races on the map. Is this the other one that we did? I can't remember. Yeah, that's one we were doing already. I didn't really care for this one too much. Let's see if there's anything on Ibiza. Change cars. I wanted to do thin pinstripes on the line that I made on this car, but I'm limited on how many stickers you can put on, so I really couldn't do it. Unless they came out with a different type of sticker that would help me make it without having to use what I'm using. So many of the patterns I'm using to make this. So it's all I can do is make these stripes. I couldn't make the thin stripes like I wanted to make next to them. We haven't. Yeah, we got a couple of events here. And we're not eligible for that one. We can do this one. All right, we'll go run that one.
In 400 meters, turn left. In 200 meters, turn left. Turn left. In 400 meters, turn left. In 200 meters, turn left. Turn left. In 200 meters, take the second exit. Take the second exit.
Stop. Paying attention.
Take the third exit. In 400 meters, take the second exit. Take the second exit. In 400 meters, take the first exit. Take the first exit. In 200 meters, turn right. Turn right. In 200 meters, take the third exit. Take the third exit. You have arrived.
Oh, I thought we can do this one. Can't do that one. Which one can we do? This. Neither. Says we can do that one. What the hell happened? Can we not do them? That one has an X. This one doesn't. Roadster stock. Yeah, I don't think I have that card. That's weird. On the map, it says we can do it. Well, guess we can't do that. Yeah, I'm not gonna buy any more cards for it. That one's got an X on it. This one doesn't, so there's a bug there. I don't have that card, so. Oh well. We'll go back and do the one we were doing.
In 200 meters, take the second exit. Take the second exit. Continue straight ahead. In 1 kilometer, take the second
They're going to be getting rid of that rev matching too. See here?
In
The rev
800
matching.
meters,
See what it's
take
doing?
the second exit.
There it goes. Brum, and gotta get rid of that.
In 400 meters, take the second exit.
That's supposed to be coming in season 6.
Take the second exit. Take the third exit. In 400
Wait, which
meters,
way are we going? I
take
thought
the
we were going.
second
Oh
exit.
man. New route.
In 200 meters, make a U-turn. Make a U-turn. In 400 meters, take the first exit. Take the first exit. Take the fourth exit. In 400 meters, turn right. In 200 meters, turn right. Turn right. Then turn left.
Hopefully they finish this island too. And add motorcycles to this game. Co-driving. We need co-driving.
You have arrived.
But if they don't get the networking right, then, you know, what's the point of the co-driving and all that stuff? We need cross-play. That would be really good, cross-region. Really like to see all that. Hope for the best for this game, man. We'll see what happens. I'll stick it out with it as they put out the content, and we'll see where the chips fall. All right, where was that little race we were doing? Guess we'll just stick to that one.
Turn right. Turn
This camera here is pretty good too. Going without the wheel on it. Scooch over there, buddy. Go, 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 go. Hard turn right there. Got him this time. Little shortcuts pay off a lot when you take those corners and stuff. I've never been one to use the little guiding lines or little race line. I like playing it without all that. Messed up right there. Go, go, go. Still in the lead. This controller of mine is coming apart. The stick. It's one of those old scuffed PS4s. And the little rubber lining on top is breaking apart. But I've got some new controllers coming, and of course I'm going to get another wheel as well pretty soon. Also got to get a little rig to mount it on. I don't want to have it on my desk. I used to use the desk, like one of those desks that you can raise up and down. But I'm going to get a foldable thing for that little mount. Not right away, it's a little bit later, and later on we'll be getting all that again. Looks bad, huh, that sticks? The game itself, well, I mean, I have to keep the graphics at lower setting to get the frames I'm getting. I can't get the high frames. I used to get higher frames on it in 2024, but like I said, the performance has, gone back and forth on this game, and they're always trying to get the consoles fixed, then PCs are left behind, or they fix up the PC and then the consoles are behind, I don't know when they'll I hope the moment comes that everything is running smooth. Everybody on every platform, but we're just gonna have to see. Like I say, I brought this game back just because I want to see what they're gonna do. I know there's a problem financially with Nacon right now, but it just, it is what it is. I think they need to go offline with this game, but I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're just going to stay the course that they have, which is to keep putting the content out, and they're hoping that it's going to be the thing that makes people happy with the game at some point, but the networking has got to be there, man. People have to be able to play together on this game. You just can't call it an MMO if you can never connect with anybody. It doesn't make sense. You're better off just having this game as this offline experience with the option to play on your own server and, run with a few friends or something like that. Make your own little lobbies. I would like to see that if this game ever does get to that end of life point. I would like to see that where we can just make servers with our friends, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna give them the opportunity to pull it off, see if they can do it. This is not Ashes of Creation. At least, look what happened with Ashes of Creation. I mean, some of you guys that are not into those types of games might not know about that, but that's a far worse situation than what happened, than what's going on with this game. At least these developers here with Nacon, they're trying, and it doesn't seem they're not mismanaging finances and stuff like that, or doing their employees wrong, their developers wrong. They're trying, right? It's just that this game launched wrong, and they had the wrong roadmap or the wrong plan in mind as far as what players we're going to want to see with this game. They made a crucial mistake in not having the DNA of TDU1 and TDU2 in here. That's what people remembered the most about those games, and it not being here really hurt the game. And then you throw in the performance issues and everything, and the networking especially, and it just, and then not having the offline mode, which we already had in those old games as well, that really just threw a lot of people off. But it is a beautiful game. I mean, I don't have the graphics dialed in or anything like that. I don't have everything all turned up, because if I do, the frames are going to suck. And it really sucks to play this game with anything lower than 60, really. I had a pretty bad bug on it before when I was using my wheel. My frames would drop down to 10. But when I play on a controller, they were manageable. They'd be 55, 60, 70. And then the Logitech wheel that I was using would just, as soon as I plug it in, it would screw everything up. They since fixed it, but now I don't have that wheel anymore. I'll be buying a direct drive and all that, but still, the performance is not what it used to be. I used to have better performance a long time ago. But we'll see. See what happens in Season 6. I've already paid for this game, already put a lot of hours in it, so you guys don't have to buy it. You guys don't have to buy it. Oh, I screwed that up. You guys don't have to buy the game until it's where you want to see it. I missed the checkpoint. Gonna restart that one. Screwed that one up. You guys don't have to buy it. That's the way I see it. If you haven't bought it, you don't have to buy it. Wait and see what happens with it, you know? People like myself, we already bought it a long time ago. At least the developers got passion for the game, you know, but sometimes that's not enough, you know. But at least they're trying, and we're gonna see what happens. Let's see what happens. guarantee it looks better on a PC than it looked on a PlayStation and all that right now. I can guarantee you that. The PlayStation guys are not having a good time graphically and all that, and performance-wise. I don't know if that's enough points yet. Hopefully it is. Should be done. Or close to done. Oh, we got a long way to go. All right, hold on. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. 2 more races to go here. Get these points tallied up for our wing that we can't use. These online games, man, persistent online games are expensive. No joke. If the game is not running like Fortnite these days, you know, and making the kind of money that a game like Fortnite makes, or WoW, something like that, you know, an online game is not easy to maintain. That's why the networking here is very important. They've got to get that running. Got to get it working to where that feature exists, because right now it's pretty virtually non-existent. I mean, you could play it like a co-op, supposedly, like you got a few friends that can play, you know, you should be able to get them in your session or whatever, but you should be. I haven't tried it. If Ghost gets a game, we'll try it and see what's up. I've seen some of the other people play it together with their friends and all that, but you know, but to find people that are just there like it used to be is not happening. You just have people out there all the time. This game, one of the key points, selling points back in the day was the networking and having people out there. I mean, you could just drop your car in on the map on a highway in Oahu. Saw some cars out there. You could just drop your motorcycle there and just initiate a race right there with somebody, get in a chase without even having to really say anything. You just start racing them. And you know, we can't do that now. Very rare you're gonna see anybody in your map. So let's really hope that they pull that off. I hope they do that. If they can't get that accomplished, then they might as well just scrap all that MMO idea and make this game at best co-op, or you know, where we run our own server and make our own lobbies and, you know, play with people, our friends and all that. And just single player. If they had a single player in it already, or the offline mode, you know, they could work on the networking in the background while we play the game in a steady, persistent, you know, offline mode. But they don't have that. The TDU2 and all that was different because you had those little AI characters driving around, initiating, you know, you can initiate races with them and all that. We don't have nothing like that. These clan races, once you're done with that, that's it. You don't, those people never say anything again. It's like the story just stopped without even really going anywhere. Just getting started and it stops, basically. So hopefully they can, if they get this game running the way it needs to be, performance-wise for everybody across the board, and the networking improved, hopefully they can expand the story some and give us a reason why all of a sudden we're going to be buying properties. I mean, I could see how something like that could work. Like, oh, you've been, you know, you've excelled in the Solar Crown, blah blah blah, and now you can invest in properties here on Hong Kong Island and Ibiza. You know, they could do something like that, and now the story really begins, and blah blah blah. You're going to do this, that, and the other, and now you're going to have your own faction, your own club, or your, you know, within your clan or something like that, and then bring in club racing. And I don't know, that's what I would do if I could write it, you know. Like, now you're gonna settle in, and now the real challenge begins, or something. Like everything that we were doing before buying houses was just the beginning, the tip of the iceberg, you know. I mean, they can go at something like that and then start expanding the game, you know. Because it's kind of weird to have played all the way to level 70, and like if someone else buys a game and they write the story to be completely different to what we experienced, now they're playing through a whole different kind of situation, getting houses in the very beginning and all that. I guess, you know, if they go with that, then it's like we'd almost have to restart and everything from scratch just to see how the game actually plays at that point. But I don't want to do that, to be honest. Playing this long enough, I don't want to have to redo all that again. Just have the game continue and really open up with the properties and all that, you know. If they add motorcycles, that can be a big deal. Oh, now we're gonna have, you know, motorcycle racing and all that, and now you can be a part of this and blah blah blah. You know, just make the story expand. With houses, they should have us race these clan leaders, maybe win one of their cars or something like that. Just different stuff. It's old repeating these races over and over, you know what I mean? It'd be fun racing against some people in here. Make it different, but can't do that. I can count still on one hand the amount of times that I've raced other players since 2024 when this game came out. On one hand, where I've had another player in the lobby. First year or so, I probably saw most of them because the hype was just beginning back then, but it started fading really fast. Where you just didn't see anybody anymore. Go to the home page of the channel, you'll see the older streams and videos I did. They're coming, the playlist that I have is from my other channel, from when the game first came out and everything. You can see the difference in now and then. Pretty sure I have some streams where I had much higher frames. I did record when the frames were dropping with the Logitech wheel issue too and all that. I made a video just specifically covering that, but I don't know if the problem's gone. I haven't heard anybody complaining about it anymore, but like I said, I don't have that wheel anymore, so I can't test it. Probably gone. I always thought it had something to do with that crazy problem they had where you couldn't use multiple controllers and that's something completely screwed up with all that with the controller, because if you tapped your keyboard while you're playing on your wheel or your controller, it would, your steering would go away. You know, you had to be mindful of that. Like if you had your lights and your wipers bound to a key, or your roof or your spoiler or whatever bound to some key, and you pressed it while you're on your other controllers, you would lose control of the car and stuff like that. But that's supposed to be remedied right now as well, so. Go, man. Smash him out of the way. Should be the last one. over there, boy. See ya. All right, that should be that for the weekly live event. We haven't won that casino car or anything like that. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll spend a stream or so doing that. I don't know. It's supposed to come out. I think we're gonna be able to buy it anyway, if I'm not mistaken, in season 6. So maybe we'll just do that. Not really into the gambling thing, but we'll see. There used to be a point when I'd walk in the casino and there'd be a whole bunch of people in there. Now I don't know. That kind of died down already. All right, we are done. We got our wing that we can't affix that to the car, unfortunately. If we go back to the hotel here, we won't be able to fix it onto the car or to the shop. I had this car all the way up. I think I do. Yeah. Oh, I have the gears. No wonder it was running kind of weird. Oh, no wonder. I think I had it dialed down so it'd be exactly tuned for some race I was doing or something. I knew it wasn't fully tuned up there. Where's it at now? 875, 959 horsepower. All right, so if we go to the, where's that little BMW that we had? All right. Is it not on my list? Where's the BMW at? It's not on my list. How can it not be here? Oh, there it is. So if you try to put that little wing on it, it's not there. So where is it at? The one that we won here. Let me see. I guess that's it right there. Yeah, we can't put it on. But anyway, that was all for nothing. That was all for nothing, man. How's the casino doing? Let's go over here and take a stop by it.
Continue straight ahead.
Now if you run a little better.
In 1 kilometer, turn right. In 800 meters, turn right. In 400 meters, turn right. In 200 meters, turn right. Turn right. Turn left. Turn right. Turn right. Then turn left. You have arrived.
So yeah, I think we can just get this car and purchase it or something in season 6. Lobby error, connection error. Nobody in here. I think these NPCs are going to have voices in season 6. Any new stuff here? I haven't been here in a while. Same rims. I can sit around and hang out in here. What they ought to do, man, is put a true third-person view if you want to switch cameras and see your character. right, let's go back. Season ends in 19 days, 14 hours, and 51 minutes. Can't get rid of this car. I want to get rid of it. There's a bug here. They need to fix that. I want to get rid of that. I want to get rid of the Nissan. Can't get rid of this car. Let's see. The other car I want to get rid of here. Let me see. I want to get rid of this Alpine. Can't get rid of it. Everything else I want to keep. Oh, except the Mustang. I want to get rid of that Mustang. Where's that junkie at? Can't get rid of it. I know that's one of the cars you can't get rid of. Where is that junk? Can't get rid of this one either. Oh. So yeah, those cars you can't get rid of if you want to. So we can't get rid of those. All right. So yeah, man, we got the live event for the week done. Go back to our hotel room. Have a seat. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that has been the live event, the BMW live event. We got it done. And we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens with the game. I'm hoping for the best. I hope they can write the course of this game and make things right for all the players, but we'll see. I'm committed to the game. I've already bought it a long time ago. You don't have to do the same if you don't want to. I mean, it is on sale, but that's totally up to you. You don't want to get stuck into a game that they don't have an offline mode. I feel you, man. I know what you're saying. These live only games are a problem because once they're gone, they're gone. It is what it is, but as a content creator, I guess I can look at it differently. And I don't depend on this stuff for a living anyway. This is not what I do. This is just something for fun. But if I got my time out of it, I got my time out of it. I mean, how many other things in life do you spend money on endlessly? Movies, going out to eat, or watching movies, or just anything that you do for entertainment. You're spending your money on it, and you're not going to get that money back. You just got to determine if the time the money you spent versus what you received for the money was worth it. and that's it. For some people, it's not worth it if they feel like this game can just go away one day. But, you know, I'm pretty sure if you've been gaming for most of your life, you have a lot of games and stuff like that you never can play again. They're just sitting there. It could be really old computer games. It can be old consoles or something like that, unless you kept those consoles. It happens, right? It's there's only so much time in life to, go back and revisit all these old things, right? And play old games and all this kind of stuff, right? Look at like WWE 2K, for example, or any of those sports games. If you have 2K 2007 and all the way up to 2K25, 2K26, you mean to tell me you have all those old versions and you're going back to play them? If you have NBA Live from back in the day when Michael Jordan was playing, I mean, I guess some serious collectors can go back and play all that, but I mean, I don't go back and play all my old games. I think I've played WWE 2K14 a few times to go back and make a few videos for it or something, and then when I finish making a streak for Goldberg back then with 2K19, and I was still using 2K22, yeah, I used 2K19 a little bit, but that was about it. A lot of those games I uninstalled them, I don't play them anymore. But they're there, right? But there's still a lot of that stuff. Most of that is all digital copies. I still have my Test Drive Unlimited 2, and I still have my Xbox 360. I might bring some of those old games and play them, but that's about it. I don't have every old console, that I've had over all my life. But there's some people that are hardcore collectors, and I can see why they do that. But yeah, digital games, if all this goes away, then they're gone. You know what I mean? That's even if you have an offline game that you're playing. If Steam shuts down, Epic Games shut down, that's it. So you got to get your time out of what you're investing your money into, and make it worthwhile for yourself. But yeah, I want to see this game succeed, of course. But I'm realistic. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And anything can happen. We're in some tough times economically. Ever since that 2020 event, that's affecting the world. So it still has an effect. We could be going into a recession soon. That can happen. Based on the way things are going. So hope for the best. And I'll keep the content coming with this game. And like I say, if you want to buy it, be my guest and buy it. But, if you don't, you don't. I'm not going to tell you to go buy it. You can watch me play it, and you can just watch others play it too. And if the game gets to a point where you think it's worth picking it up, then pick it up. I don't make commissions if you buy this game. I don't know. There's nothing tied to me. I'm not here to sell it. I'm just here to play it and make a few memories and videos and streams, and that's about it. Have fun. But y'all have a good one, and I'll see y'all in the next live streamer video.